You're very welcome back to the show. Now we have our own Pam and Maura with us, our hairstylist, and today we're talking about hair aging. Now, Pam, we talk about skin aging all the time, but hair, of course, ages as well, and for different reasons.
Absolutely. I'm delighted there's a light shone on this. It's the exact same thing, Maura. Hair aging, there are 3 different categories of hair aging. The first one is the natural hair age, which is your actual age, and how we can support that is doing things for inside our body, you know, and how we treat our hair. Then there's mechanical aging and there's chemical aging. So natural aging is the actual age of my hair, the actual age of your hair. And what we can do sometimes is not trim it, not eat right. How that would look aged is it gets flat, it gets limp, it gets dull. So how you'd support that, Maura, is you would eat well. So things that contain goodness for aging your hair, for natural aging, is spinach, nuts, protein, all these things, they contribute to the support of healthy, youthful, shiny hair. Omegas are another huge thing. So they're the things you can take. One of the ways that you can adjust is, so for instance, your hair is natural, it's its natural age, and you've got a bit of grey. You can bring back the years by doing things like chasing, colour chasing we call it, right? So you don't want to get your hair coloured, you love the condition of it, but you want to get rid of that little bit of grey and make your hair...
When you talk about chasing, we're talking about if your hair is grey, if you've got grey coming out, you need to put a permanent colour on that. But instead of putting permanent all over, you're almost colouring in the greys.
Exactly. So you're going to your hairdresser, you're saying, I don't want to get coloured. We talk a lot in the salon about mindful colouring, colouring only what needs to be coloured. So we'll say Barbara here now, and Barbara's well coloured, she doesn't have a lot of grey, but we'll just say she had a little bit of grey around the front and it was making her natural age look older. So the hairdresser comes along, and this has to be professional really, Maura. The hairdresser comes along with the corner of her brush and she paints on those unwanted, do you remember that, Laurie, that Herbal Essence ad years ago? She paints on those unwanted hairs, gets rid of them. That's helping and supports the natural age of her hair.
Okay, so that's kind of natural age. And then we have chemical aging.
Yeah, we all know that. That's how you're over-coloured, you're over-highlighted. It's a lack of mindful colouring. So when you go to the hairdresser, you don't really have a proper consultation. It's over-processed. She's highlighting over highlights. You've maybe box
maybe you're
yourself.
bleaching. Yeah, maybe
exactly.
You're something like this, for example.
Exactly. So this is an example of chemical aging. So this girl here, like, she looks in her early 30s, maybe late 20s, but her hair is actually probably in its 40s or 50s of age-wise. So again, there's ways you can fix that. So what we have here, this is a new product actually, I've just discovered it. It's called K18. Now, it's the first product that it has a biometric effect, so it heals the hair. So it's like polyfiller, in other words, right? So it's a natural polyfiller, and it's
so what
permanent.
is it?
So when the more broken the hair is, the more this works. So it's exactly like polyfiller, but it stays exactly on the hair.
What's in it, Pam?
So there is keratin in it. So you put it onto your hair.
Keratin, hair protein.
Exactly. So you put it onto your hair after you get out of the shower, no conditioner. 2 or 3 drops into the hand. You pump it. 1 second there now.
Oh, I see, because for example, you know, a lot of people would know Olaplex and different things, and that's what you get, like a salon treatment, or you can bring the shampoos home and all that.
It's like Olaplex, except it's very concentrated.
So you leave it in, Pam?
You leave it in, you put it through the hair after the shower, into the palm of the hands always, more, and apply it right through, and then you style it afterwards. The more you the heat activates it, so the styling of it, the heat styling of it, is getting it right in and sealing it, repairing all that break and damage and overlapping and things like that.
That sounds like a miracle.
It is a bit of a miracle. I've used it for a while there now, and Pip O'Connor is a great advocate of it lately. I thought it was too good to be true, but it seems to be good. It's a new technology, so it's time to get on it.
Interesting. Okay, let's. We have our own guinea pig here on the show.
Do.
Our very own Rachel, who works with us here on the show. Now, Rachel is probably a natural kind of brownish hair, but she loves blonde, so does lots of people. So she's coloured her hair a lot.
She's a self-admitted hair junkie. She abuses her hair. She's done all the aging hacks. So Rachel is over-coloured. She's done a lot of box dyeing. She loves to play with her hair, so there's a bit of mechanical damage.
Oh, look at this.
So we wanted to bring her back to her true base, which is very youthful looking. Her true base is kind of a dark blonde going into a light brown, and she does want to be blonde eventually again, so we're going to work on it. So we've put Rachel on a programme of towel drying her hair properly, right? This is a huge thing now for anybody who has a lot of chemical aging. Towel drying your hair on broken hair. So what a lot of people tend to do, Maura, is grab their hair after the shower and rub.
Yeah.
But what you're doing actually is you're breaking the hair shaft. So what we want Rachel to do is shampoo with a good shampoo and conditioner, salon recommended, And when she gets out of the shower, she's going to towel dry really well by absorbing. This is a huge trick, actually, because if you don't do this, you're wrecking your hair before you even starting to try to heal it. So there's that. We're going to get her to use what we just said there now, the K18. We're going to get her to apply that. We're going to come back to Rachel actually in a few weeks to see her go blonder, but mindfully.
Okay, but you want the blonde that Rachel has to be highlights through her natural base.
Exactly.
Is that right?
We want shine. She has no shine at the minute because it's so overprocessed.
So if you overcolour your hair, you will have that flat look, won't you, Pam?
Absolutely, because the hair shaft is lifted. You're breaking through the hair shaft. Again, another really good thing to take into consideration is how we treat our hair when we get out of the shower again, when it's wet. What we usually do, Maura, is we grab it from up here and we brush it. And what we're doing is we're breaking the knots away. So you're cracking the hair up here. So a way to stop that is go from the end, nice and gentle the whole way up. These things sound really simple, but they're so effective and they make a massive difference to your hair being allowed to repair itself.
Okay. What's mechanical aging then?
Mechanical aging is the straightener, the blow dryer, all that, you know it. Even leaving a bobbin in for too long. So I'll just give you a quick tip there on mechanical aging. So if I was to, this is again, while you're blow drying your hair yourself, the angle that you hold the air at is hugely important. So what a lot of people do, Maura, is they catch the hairdryer like this and they go at it and they put, if you look, if I could get a tight shot at this here, the nozzle of the hairdryer, the hair, right? If I put the air on the hair like that, it's naturally, the heat has nowhere to escape. So it's burning a line.
Hairdressers do that when they're drying your hair.
They do, and they shouldn't.
To be honest.
It's a killer. So again...
Because they're trying to get the hair straight or a kink or whatever.
Yeah, and you do get it straight, but you lose all shine. So what we want, right, is if you watch this, we want the air to be able to escape while it's ironing the hair. So can you see here, there's a gap, the air is able to escape.
You're skimming the hair.
I'm skimming it, that's the exact right word. And I'm pulling down through it. It's like sealing roof slates. I talk about it a lot. Sealing the roof slates, they reflect the shine. Shine is youthful. Omegas, anything that feeds your body for hydration, shine, oils, that is making your hair shiny. Shine is like our skin, you know, when it's tight and shiny, it's youthful looking.
Pam, how important, and I know we've spoken about this a lot, heat treatment before you actually use like a curling tongs or before you use a hair straightener. How important is it? And explain exactly what a heat treatment does.
A heat protector.
Or heat
what
protector,
a heat protector does is, it's hugely important, Maura. It's the difference between awful looking hair and great looking hair. So once you have heat protector on, what happens is the heat, the hair dryer and the hair, once you put hot air on the hair, the air burns the hair, but the heat protector will take all that damage, all that heat. It takes the hit, exactly.
Can we just see a quick shot of Rachel Stevens, because she has that lovely brown hair with lots of blonde. So you want our Rachel to morph into this Rachel?
Yeah, exactly. And she will. She has it all. She has it all. She's gorgeous face, gorgeous eyebrows, gorgeous everything. We just need the hair to come back a few years and get a bit more focused and gentle and mindful colouring, mindful care will do all that.
Pam, thanks very much. You'll be back a little bit later on because we are going to talk about our featured hairstyle of the week. And that is one of you out there from a hair salon who sent us some photos. So we look forward to celebrating that. Now let's go to Dohe.